Back here in the Lockridge Report, Sirius 147, XM 171. 18 minutes past the hour, 888-876-2336, 8888 Road Dog. Been a little exciting here on our end. We've been watching the actual launch of a new satellite for Sirius XM. It's the Proton, the Sirius XM FM5 Proton satellite. Took off from Kazakhstan. Now, Ritchie, help me out here. Thank you.
I will give you... We are live from Kazakhstan right now, on the ground here, Evan Lockridge. Not for nothing. I don't want to criticize the company. Come on, spend some money and use NASA. What are you doing in Kazakhstan?
Well, now, wait a minute. We can't use NASA. I mean, come on. How many things has NASA blown up? I mean,
yeah, but when was the last time?
God love our space administration, but geez Louise.
When was the last time Kazakhstan did anything? Sputnik? I mean, come on. Again, we're thankful to the company. Thank God they're all in the lobby and they're not listening. But I appreciate the company buying something. But come on, go a couple extra $100 on the. You spend that much on it. Spend a little bit of money and go to NASA.
Well, I guess that would be good. But then again, we wouldn't have the hot anchor we've been watching here on
you see that? Is that amazing?
Yes, she is really fantastic looking. It took off fine, about 15 minutes ago?
About 15 minutes ago, it launched, and it will be circling in geosynchronous orbit, and I'm going to work that into the conversation because it took me all morning to pronounce that.
Wow, geosynchronous orbit.
Yes, which means it will stay stationary as the Earth turns. It will turn with it, as opposed to orbiting it the way the moon works.
Well, yeah, because I think the way they run now, what is it, an elliptical orbit or
That's
a
correct.
figure?
Yeah, it runs like a figure 8, it looks like.
Yeah. I know the XM and Sirius satellites operate a little bit differently, but that's going to be interesting. And this was like a $2 billion satellite. I mean, which is, amazing that a satellite costs that much money, but $2 billion. And you know what?
Well, it's going to be well worth it.
I had to pay for it out of my own pocket.
Well, I chipped in a little bit myself.
Thank you.
They came around with a can, like a UNICEF can, and I threw a couple of nickels in there, but it's definitely it's a huge day when you're and let me set the scene. The lobby is full of Sirius XM employees. All the big names are in there and they're watching this. It really is an event, and people were counting down, popping champagne.
And naturally, did they invite us? No.
In fact, I walked down there and I let Stevie J run the board for a little while. I walked down there and my boss was down there and he looked at me and said, "Why aren't you in work?" And I said, "You're right. You're right." And I bowed my head in shame and I came hustling back. But in all fairness, I didn't think he was there. But I thought he'd be in his office.
What's amazing about this new satellite, because it'll be able to offer more services and have better coverage, is this satellite, unlike all the other ones for Sirius and XM, is equipped with a death ray.
Is that true?
yeah, it's actually equipped with a death ray, and which means
Sirius is not above weaponizing space.
We have weaponized space today. As a matter of fact, we're going to kick some Russian ass a little bit later on and turn on death ray because.
Aren't you surprised that the Russian government would I don't understand what and I'm being serious here. What would be the mechanics where we'd be allowed to launch an American satellite out of Kazakhstan?
Well, now Kazakhstan's an independent country.
Understood,
Russia
but the arm is still there.
Well, yeah, but they need the money.
Even more reason not to launch it there. It's like when the crack addicts on the corner say, "Yo, come on, man, I'll wash your windows for $1." Is that what Kazakhstan NASA was doing to us? Where they offer to do it for real crackhead prices?
Let's see what they're saying here. Now, is this guy in Russian? No, he's actually speaking in English.
You could feel free to do a Russian accent, though.
Very good. It is a very, very nice Russian satellite that will be orbiting the Earth with a death ray. So look out, Americans. It's coming from Kazakhstan. So, yeah, very fascinating to watch there.
What's very interesting is I watched the feed also is that the Russians can't distribute bread properly yet. They managed to get this rocket up into space. They can't figure out how to get that stain off that prime minister's head, but they figured out how to launch a $2 billion spaceship. Like I said, I would have took my chances. If you can't afford NASA, rather than going to Kazakhstan, I would have took my chances using a slingshot to get that into outer space before I took it to Kazakhstan.
I'm just glad to know it's got the death ray because I think that's going to be kind of neat. That Now, the question is, who would we use the death ray on?
Anybody we want.
I'm thinking what, Clear Channel stations?
All the Clear Channel stations. Every Z Morning Zoo from coast to coast.
Oh, I love it. Just blow them right there out of the sky. Now, this other guy here on screen, they're like two anchors here. He looks like Willard Scott.
Let me look. I'm sorry.
Are you looking?
No, I had to reach over. The computer kind of froze. I'm seeing a girl now. Woman.
She's very attractive woman who I don't think she's from
Put the sound up on that. Is she in Russian?
Let's see. I don't think so. Let's see.
Let me see her papers. Yeah, she is in Russian.
Let's see. Hang on.
Sirius XM Radio about the Sirius FM 5 launch.
Oh, very cool music.
Great production work.
Yeah, really. Hopefully they're better at satellites in the yard television production.
Clearly, Chris T is running the board over there at NASA, Kazakhstan.
888-876-2336, 8888 Road Dog. Let's go from the insane to the more sane Dr. Rick in Oklahoma. How are you, Rick?